Are you going to be able to be normal for this? Okay. We have to do the intro. Whoops.
Welcome back to Kate and Drew.
Stop. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Kate and this is my husband Drew, who you guys don't usually see. Well, you don't see that much because he doesn't really like to be in the vlogs. And it took me about a month to convince him to do this Q&A. So we have a few questions pertaining to foster care and adoption, and then we have another question about our budgeting and our cash envelope system. And those will be towards the end, but I'm going to start out with the questions for you guys to get to know us.
We are.
But we're going to start out with the questions for you guys to get to know us a little bit better, and then we will jump into those. So make sure you stay tuned until the end. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up while you're thinking of it, and push the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you can get notified every time we post a new video. We post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you guys can get notified every time that we post a new video.
We know you're just sitting in your bed, just thinking about mom stuff. You might as well just YouTube Kate and Drew, and we'll just hook you up with some great material. So, just food for thought.
So we decided to do this Q&A because we've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately, and we thought this would be a good way for you guys to get to know us a little bit, and it just sounded fun to do a Q&A, so we are going to get started. You ready for this, Drew?
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's see what the first question is. How old are you guys? Drew, you can answer this one.
Well, I'm 24 years old.
And I'm 23.
Well, that was easy.
How did you meet and how long ago was it? I think we
It
met
was
like
about
5 years ago.
It was like it was about 10 months ago. How old's Brynn?
Shut up. Okay, but for real.
Just kidding.
We met like
I
think it was like 5 years ago. And we got married 2 years ago. And we were engaged 3 years ago. So, and we started dating like 4 years ago. So, we were together. So we've been together for 4 years, but we met 5 years ago. How did we meet? You can answer that one.
Through mutual friends, partying.
Yes. How did Drew propose to you? Drew, do you want to answer this one?
No, you can. No, you can, because it'll sound better.
Okay. So.
Yeah, recite the whole day.
We're going to summarize it a little bit, though, because we have to answer a lot of questions. Okay. So I kind of knew that Drew was going to be proposing soon because we went and looked at rings, and I picked one out. Well, I picked a couple out, and then Drew chose the ultimate ring that I have. But actually, I don't have it on either. But
nice.
So we went to look at rings, and I kind of knew that it was going to be coming, but he was trying to hold off to surprise me. So he planned a trip to Traverse City, and we went there. It was just going to be like a day trip, but we got snowed in, so we ended up having to stay. We were on our way home, and I can't even remember what city we stayed in. But it was somewhere between Traverse City and where we live, because we ended up getting snowed in. So we had to do that, and then we had to leave super early because we had to work the next morning. So anyways, we just had a nice little day at Traverse City. We went wine tasting. He proposed at the winery, and it was really cute, and it was out on, was it like a balcony? What do you call it?
Yeah, like a balcony that overlooked the vineyard in the snow.
Yeah, and it was really cute. He had this whole little speech that he gave, but I can't remember any of it except for the first line, because...
What was that?
We're not going to talk about it on here.
I want to know.
You're like, Kate, I brought you out here for one reason and one reason. Didn't you say in one reason only?
Yeah, that's
It was cute. When are you having a million more cute babies?
Oh my goodness.
That one's from Brianna. And there's another person that asked...
How many questions are there?
Hold on really quick. And there's another person that asked, do you want any more kids? If so, how many? You seem like a great mom. Oh, thank you so much. So this one is a little bit more complicated because we don't really know, but sometime between when Brynn turns 1 and when she's like 1.5, maybe, to get pregnant. But it really depends because we are also licensed for foster care, so it depends if we get a placement anytime soon. We haven't got any calls yet, so we're kind of just waiting, and if we don't get any calls in the next few months, we'll probably want to have another baby soon, but it kind of just depends on that. Okay. And then it said, how many kids do you want?
3 to 6.
6. Are you birthing the last 2? I thought we said 3 to 4.
No, we've never said that.
Yes, we did.
3
There
to
was
5 maybe.
5?
Oh, stop.
You've never said 5.
I used to.
Used to before we had one.
We haven't talked about this in a while.
Okay, well, the answer to that for me is 3 to 4. I don't see any more than 4 unless like we adopted or something, but
save some money.
Not birthing more than 4. That's pretty much a given. Okay, so the next one is, do you think that your friends have changed since you became parents? So for me, I would say not really, because I only have like a few friends and they're basically all the same still. So maybe I gained one friend since I became a mom, or since I started doing foster care, that we're pretty good friends now. So that's probably the only change, is that we just met since we both were doing foster care. But other than that, I didn't really like lose any friends from becoming a mom. If anything, I maybe like gained a couple. But
nice. For me, I kind of have a lot of friends, but it's more or less they haven't changed, but my priorities and my lifestyle kind of changed with being a dad and having different, I don't know, not being able to go out whenever I want and stuff like that. So my friends are still doing their own thing and just
dad life.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I'm just as close. I just don't get to hang out with all of them as much anymore. So, but it's part of growing up.
Part of being parents.
Yeah.
So another one is, how do you make time alone with your significant other? So how do we make time alone together?
Well,
we don't really have that much time alone. We just sometimes go on dates if one of our parents babysit, but we don't really have like babysitters besides our parents or my sister.
You should tell them, like, when you make as much as we do, like vlogging, we have
$0.
We have a lot of free time.
Yeah, so we basically don't ever have to work because
we make so much, so we're just hanging out all the time.
No, that's
like
not
right
true.
now, like Q&As. It's our date night.
Why did you choose to be a stay-at-home mom, and do you ever plan to go back to work from outside the home? I always knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I don't know, I just liked how she was always home and always able to be home with us in the summer and when we were little and we didn't have to go to daycare. And it was a lot of fun growing up with all my siblings and having our mom home with us, and yeah, it was really fun, and I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And I told that to Drew when we were dating, and he seemed fine with it. And yeah, so that's why I chose to be a stay-at-home mom. I just want to be home with Brynn and not miss out on anything, and since we were able to do it financially, I think it just makes sense that I would be able to stay home with her. And then I just started vlogging as my hobby, so it's not like it's a job for me or anything, so I don't like have another income. But maybe one day it could be. I forgot to answer the second part of that question, but it was, do you ever plan to go back to work? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I do one day, like obviously when my kids are in school, and well, when my kids are raised, I plan to go back to work, but...
Raised? What does that mean?
Like when they're raised and they're not at home anymore.
See, when they're not at home?
Yeah, like when they're in high school, I don't know.
So then they're not raised. You're done raising them.
I don't know. Maybe that was a bad word
They're
choice.
raised up from the ground.
So,
Just clarifying for the viewers.
hold on, I'm trying to think of where I left off. Obviously, it was when my kids are raised. But also, I'm a real estate agent, so I do plan on doing real estate sometime in the near future. But I don't plan on going back to work outside of the home and like taking Brynn to daycare or anything. Next question is, what do you like to do in your free time? Any TV shows, YouTube channels that you follow, etc. So I'll start this one and say that I have favorite TV shows and they're kind of funny, but my guilty pleasure is Dance Moms. And what else do I watch?
Teen Mom.
Oh, I love Teen Mom. That's like one of my top favorites. I've been watching it since the first season, and yeah, so I love Teen Mom.
Vlog.
Oh, and The Bachelor. Bachelor and Bachelorette, we always watch. I also like to vlog, obviously, and I have a lot of fun making my YouTube videos. So that's my newest hobby and basically my only hobby. Does that make me sound too boring?
No.
Okay. Also, some of my top favorite YouTube channels are Micah Stauffer, Aaron Williams. Okay, Aaron Williams is like my number one top favorite. That's basically it. What about you, Drew?
I like to play sports. I play fast pitch softball, and I'll play basketball every once in a while. I like to go to the gym, just stay active, go outside. What else?
You
What
like
else
to
I
sell
do?
houses.
I like to sell houses.
The next question is, why does Drew flex all the time?
That's not an actual question.
Yeah, it is. Just kidding.
It's kind of like I don't know what to do with my hands, so it just happens.
Okay, I wanted to know how and why you developed an interest in foster care. Well, I will answer this one because I developed an interest in foster care and then I talked to Drew about it, but we're just going to sit back.
Mm-hmm.
But I developed an interest in foster care when I was like 10 or 11, and we started going to a new church, and a lady there did foster care, and I got to help her kids in the nursery and play with them, and I just really developed an interest hearing about some of their stories and just more about foster care. And then I always knew that I was going to want to do foster care, so when Drew and I got married, I talked him into getting licensed pretty fast after we got married. I mean, he was interested in it too after I told him about how I felt like I was being called to do foster care. But I talked him into doing the classes right away because I just wanted to get started, and that's how we got licensed. And another question to go along with foster care is, do you plan to adopt or are you just solely fostering? So, do you want me to answer this or do you want to answer it?
Go ahead, Nancy.
So we do not plan to adopt right now. It would really just depend on the circumstances of that particular child, but we are just solely in foster care to support reunification, and we're not planning to foster to adopt, but it is an option if we feel called to, depending on the case, but we are just planning to reunify as of now. So another one says, have you considered adoption as well? And so it kind of goes along with the other one. But yes, we have considered adoption, but in foster care, we're just looking to reunify, and we don't have our license for adoption. We only have our fostering license. So we'd have to get that if it ended up being something that we wanted to do. And we have also talked about adoption, not through foster care, but just like adoption in general. But as of now, we're just fostering. So the last question has to do with the budgeting video that we just made. And this video has actually got a lot of views and got us a lot of new subscribers. So a lot of people are subscribing to see our new cash envelope system content. So we are going to be doing those twice a month, and I have a couple other budgeting video ideas in mind. So we're not pro budgeters by any means, and we're just making these videos to kind of hold us accountable and to share the envelope system to maybe help a few people out and to help ourselves out, because we've been spending a little bit too much money lately. But this question says, how do you and your husband both find the motivation to stay on budget? So the answer to this is we don't always, because we just started budgeting again because we haven't in a long time. But we are finding the motivation because we want to put more money towards our mortgage and get that lowered. So that's kind of our motivation. And we kind of just want to see how much money we can save. But there's not really a good answer to that right now because we kind of just started this journey, and I don't want to be hypocritical if we go off budget anytime soon. But we are trying to stick with our budget. And yeah, it's been fun. I like making...
Come on, join the journey with us. We can budget together.
Okay, you're so weird.
Just trying to make this video entertaining.
But yeah, so there's not really a good answer to that one because we spend a lot of money when we're not budgeting.
We do?
He does.
Oh, stop. You do.
You do too.
Brynn has a wardrobe of a 30-year-old.
How many books do you own that you haven't read? Drew likes to buy books.
That's investing in myself.
Drew likes to buy books online and then he just collects them.
Would you rather me buy those?
Read them. Do you want me to go get all the books right now?
All my money's investments.
I'm gonna go get the books and show.
No, all this stuff.
But to answer that question, we have been staying on budget pretty well the last couple weeks because we are sticking to this system. That's the last question, and I hope to do another Q&A sometime in the near future, maybe in like a couple months or something. If we get some more subscribers and anyone has any more questions, make sure you follow us on Instagram or follow me on Instagram. I'll put my handle at the bottom here so that the next time we do a Q&A, you guys can join and ask some questions. Or if you have any that you want to ask, you can ask them in the comments below and I'll make sure to answer those. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked this content.
Thanks for joining us. You know what to do. Subscribe, like this video, give us all your comments, all your questions. We'll hook you up with the answers, and we'll catch you next time on here, the YouTube channel.
But thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will catch you guys in the next vlog. So we have a few questions.
We have a few questions to ask you.
Okay, stop.
We have a few questions to answer.
Babe, stop really quick.
Hi.
Wait,
Sorry.
stay back so that I
Sorry.
can do this.